through all the oh, I guess you take the wheel.
Wait, what the hell is
they hear me?
happening?
Yeah.
We're making.
Sorry, you're making
awesome.
an augment right
Live. Cristiano
What?
is live making a Caliban augment.
now? Cristiano's going to code it live?
Yes. So if you don't play Caliban or you don't know much about Caliban, he currently doesn't have any augments. We reworked him last year, released a deluxe for him, and we're about to show you.
Are you allowed to do this?
We're allowed to do this.
Oh.
All right, Cristiano, take the wheel.
All right. So yes, as Megan said, we're going to be doing an augment for Caliban. The first thing I want to do is hit you guys with a couple of disclaimers, mostly just to cover my own behind. But this is just going to be a prototype. It's not going to make it into the final game in this exact state, and it's just really being done quick and dirty for the stream, so you might see me do some pretty abominable things. The next one is that this is my first time doing kind of live programming on stream, so if it's chaotic, that's par for the course. All right, so let's just get into it. First, we know it's going to be for Caliban's 1, so let's just try it out on enemies to kind of like get a refresher of what it does. For those of you who are Caliban enjoyers, this is nothing new. You spin around kind of Beyblade style, you hit everything, and you apply cow status, you cow damage to enemies. You also heal and regain some shields and energy for the enemies you hit. Cool, so I'm going to go right to the upgrade screen. I've taken the liberty of setting up the augment card already because this process is kind of boring. But it is. Nobody wants to see that. Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick aside about like how this process happens. Like augments don't just appear. So usually what happens is that there'll be like a week or so of design discussions and brainstorming for like what kind of augments would be fun to do for a given update. And then the cool ideas, we talk to Pablo about them and see if he kind of likes where they're going. And if he does, we'll try it out. We'll start the prototyping and fun-finding portion of the process. So here we have one, and the spec we have you'll see is very vague. It says, now groups enemies you hit. Ortholist summons will launch coordinated strikes on grouped enemies. Okay, sure. Let's start cooking it up.
Easy.
The very first thing I usually do is I'll go into the script editor.
I'm getting excited now. We're
Is it
showing
in
code.
Lua too?
Yep.
This is your people's scripting.
Yes, it is actually.
It literally is true, which is such a strange
Okay,
thing.
so the very first thing I'm going to cover is kind of what I have open here. On the left, I have Site, which is our script editor. And then here I have like the resource browser where you can kind of browse all the types in the game and all the different like data resources that we have. And then I have the property window, which lets you edit data on those types. So I'm going to open Sentient Whirlwind in this just for a little later. The Sentient Whirlwind ability is Caliban's 1. But yeah, we'll get into that in a bit. So for now, I just want to talk a bit about what Lua even is and what I'm doing over here. So every ability in Warframe has a Lua script that kind of governs how it functions. We have kind of a number of different things that these scripts can do, but yeah, like generally speaking, you have the script for the ability, and then you will do some extra logic when you have the augment equipped. So what I'm going to first do is, just to not complicate you guys with all this stuff, I'm going to paste in the spec so that we can talk about it and break it down a bit. So like I said before, it groups the enemies you hit, and the summons launch coordinated strikes on the enemies. So this very first part I absolutely love, because it means I can do my favorite thing in the whole world, which is copy my own homework, because Inaros does the exact same thing. So I'm going
Don't reinvent the wheel,
Copy
people.
my own homework.
I'm going to show you guys real quick, if you don't play Inaros, what he does. But it literally is this. So he already spins around, and then he groups enemies at the very end. So we're just kind of loading the type real quick, but there it is. So yeah, spin. At the very end of it, I dump the enemies down. He does this extra thing where they stay ragdolled for a little while. I don't think we need to do that. We kind of want to keep that unique to Inaros. So we're just going to do Caliban's logic exactly like that, but without the ragdoll extension at the end. All right, so the next part of this, I think, is a little bit more complicated. It says Ortholist summons will launch coordinated strikes on the grouped enemies. That can mean a number of things. But kind of like as it is, the ortholists on Caliban, they'll kind of be a little lost if you start like taking enemies all the way around the level. They just kind of will shoot at them, but you'll be like dragging them around. They'll miss. So you'll kind of get in your own way. So I think to avoid this, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to try teleporting the ortholists around that clump of grouped enemies when we're done. So like you can imagine, I group the enemies up, and then in the little triangle around them, I put the ortholist deployed so that they can just lay into the enemies. And to that same effect, I'm going to want to force deploy them. The Caliban enjoyers among you know exactly what I'm talking about. The Ortholists have these two states, one where they're like moving around like a normal sentient, and then another one where they like lock in and really like start to do serious damage. This mode is like much cooler, so I think it'll be a really kind of good use of it to have them parade around in that mode, just laying waste to the group guys.
Yes.
So that's going to be my next step. I'm just kind of
そして、その効果に関連して、私は彼らを強制的に展開させたいと思っています。カリバンとジョヤーズの皆さんは、私が何を言っているのか、正確に分かっているでしょう。オルサリスとは、通常のセンティエントのように動き回る状態と、ロックして、本当に深刻なダメージを与え始める状態の2つの状態を持っています。このモードは非常にクールなので、彼らをそのモードで配置して、グループの敵を一掃させるのは、本当に良い使い方だと思います。これが、私の次のステップになります。私は、ただ、なんとなく。
to this game, the Shadow Labyrinth. So I hope people liked my game as well.
So was
そして、
the
迷路の始ま
idea
り、
of
このゲー
going
ム、シャドウラ
dark
ビリン
with
スへのテーブル
Pac-Man
コンセプト
there
を展
from
開
the
していま
very
す。だから
beginning?
私の
Because
ゲームも人々に気に入ってもらえるといいなと思ってい
Pac-Man
ます。
has a
アニメ
long
さん生配信どこ
legacy as a
リアドさんバードさんさんこんばんは。
hero
リアドさん
Pac-Man
バードさん
was
さ
one
ん
of the first
こんばんし。
platform games ever, really. Did you think, at the beginning, like maybe we should make
では、最初からパックマンをダークにするというアイデアはあったのでしょうかというのも、パックマンはプラットフォームアクションヒーローとして長い歴史を持っています。パックランドは本当に最初のプラットフォームゲームの一つでした。あなたは考えましたか？
アニメシさんリアドさんこんばんはです。アニメシさんパックスのとこでいいのかな？
おそらくパックランドを作るべきですが、メトロイドバニアとして、それとも最初からこの別の方向に進んでいたのでしょうか？
リアドさんバードさんさん配信見当たりませんね。アニメシさん多分これ？
あなたは多くのことを意味します。しかし、カリバンのオーソリストのように敵を取り除き始めると少し迷ってしまいます。レベル全体を通して、彼らはただ彼らに向かって撃つだけですが、あなたは彼らを引きつっているので、彼らは外します。だから、自分の邪魔になるでしょう。これを避けるために、私たちがやりたいのは、敵の塊が終わった時に、オーソリストをその周りにテレポートさせることです。だから、敵を集めて、彼らの周りに小さな三角形を作り、オーソリストを配置して、彼らが敵に攻撃できるようにします。そして、その同じ効果のために、彼らを強制的に配置したいと思います。
リアドさんバードさんさんといとちの方に今来ましたね。ユウさんいつも翻訳助かりますコンテンノー。ユウさん、こんばんしー。
あなた。
アニメシさんユウさんこんばんはです。ご利用ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。
Go Warframe! Woo!
Hi, everyone.
Ridiculous. We only
Not
have an
allowed.
hour and we have a lot to get through, so we're just gonna get started. Everyone's
Hi,
seated.
everybody.
Coming.
Oh my God, I can barely see. Wow.
Sayonara.
Ooh,
Wow.
Now I'm nervous.
Team at home, wish us luck.
All right. Thank you. Welcome, everyone, to DevStream 187, where we have, of course, Warframe news, but also Soulframe
Isn't
news.
it 188?
What did I say?
187.
I did that again?
Yeah.
Oh my God, 188. So sorry. Yeah, I'm just a baby. Before we get into anything, of course, let's do
皆
our
さん、こんにち
classic
は。来てくれてありが
introductions.
とう。
I want to start at the very
今
end with
緊張してきた家の
the
チーム、
girly
私たちに
himself.
幸運を祈ってください。さあ、ありがとう。
Hi,
皆さん、
I'm
デブストリーム
Jeff.
188
Thank you
よう
guys
こそ。
for
もちろん、
giving us
ウォ
the
ーフレームのニュースもありますが、
rest
ソウルフレームのニュースもあります。188じゃない。私が何と言った ?182 は、再び言ってしまった。ああ、神様、188。ごめんなさい。私が勝ったのは赤ちゃんです。もちろん、
Hi,
あな
I'm
たの
Steve.
前に
Thanks for coming,
私たちのクラシックな
everyone.
自己
Great to
紹介を
see
し
you
ましょう。私
all.
は最後の最後
Great to
まで
see
やりたい
ya.
と思います。 その女の子自身。
Hi, I'm Kat. I'm the principal writer for Warframe. Those of you who are longtime players will know me as the person who designed and wrote most of the Kim system for the 1999 update.
Hello, my name is Rebecca Ford. I'm the creative director of Warframe, and I'm very happy to be here with everybody.
Hi, my name is Megan Everett, and I'm your community director. I'm very happy to be here for you all.
And we have lots of amazing staff in the audience too, from community to marketing to live ops. So lots of folks here watching from home. So
that's right. I think with us today we have Beth, Nella, Zach, Danny, Sarah, Taylor, Alex, Tatum, and Rue, of course, making lots of stuff happen. Where are you guys?
And I'm not gonna lie, the progenitor of Bob Bip is here. So the guy who got Bob Bip is in the crowd.
Right there?
There he is.
Wow.
And hey, chat. What's up, chat? Steve, you'll be reading chat, I assume.
I have chat up so far. It's mostly just Clem.
Okay.
Clems.
And hi, Grandpa Steve. I didn't appreciate that at all.
I'm not impressed you can see it.
A lot of Clems. There is no Twitch drop today, so if you're watching from home, I do apologize. But we do have Gift of the Lotus alerts, of course, after in-game. Extended amount for those who are here that want to get your potatoes. Oracle Reactor and Oracle Catalyst will be yours. But we are here at PAX, and if you are physically here, I hope you got your free card on the way in with your redeemable Kalervo Noggle, the first there's ever been, and as well a Soulframe Preludes code, so you can get into Soulframe. Yeah! And if you're already in, you can share it. I don't know, put it on the internet. Someone will take it. That would be great. But of course, and Kalervo Noggle will be coming later in game, so don't worry for those folks at home. He will come later on. Just first dibs for everyone who came with us today. Okay, let's jump into TennoCon.
Oh, it's TennoCon, surprise!
No, it's not TennoCon. Just a reminder that this is our last dev stream before TennoCon 2025. I know every time I say that word, I make you really nervous, so I'm very sorry.
Grandpa Steve can't handle it.
I'm so sorry. Sorry, Grandpa Steve. This is our last stream before TennoCon, and it's going to be a really exciting day. It's only 2 months away.
Shut up. It's fine. Everyone, we're so excited. It's going to be great.
It's our 10th TennoCon. How do we feel about 10 TennoCons?
I'm in my prime. It's making me younger.
No, you're okay.
It's going to be fine.
Yeah. TennoCon is about 2 months away, and we are cooking away on that. But we are obviously here to show you what's coming very soon, and a little bit soon after that, before TennoCon is even here. So let's jump into actually Soulframe first. I'd love to hear about what you guys got cooking.
Yes, we are allotted how many minutes? 6 minutes?
6 to 10 minutes.
I
If you could, please.
I have a timer right there.
The timer is going.
Do you have a timer?
Yes. What's going with Soulframe? You guys are P9 right now, cooking on.
No. Is there anyone here who's played Alpha or played our Preludes yet? Oh, wow.
Thank you.
That's amazing. Yes, we have close to play this month. We're hoping to get Preludes 10. Yeah, I think we got some pretty big changes coming to it. We're going to be giving secondary weapon swapping.
We had a great dev stream that showed most of the stuff that was coming to it.
Yeah, it was top tier.
Yeah, we're adding the Mendicant faction. We're adding new enemy types. You can have sidearms. So there's a whole bunch of new stuff that we're
We have the
adding.
moat.
I did it again, didn't I?
Sidearm is...
The new upgrade system is not at all like Pokemon.
You explicitly
I
told
explicitly
us.
said not to say that word.
The CEO sent us very strict messaging. Do not say
from the
that word.
lawyer. Yeah. Wow. This isn't recorded, so I'll be fine. Yeah, so I think we brought a little bit of assets to fill our 6.5 minutes.
You do. Let's roll the first one. I believe this is a video of your moat. Very original.
を言わないようにと言いました。CEO は非常に厳しい。メッセージに、はい、弁護士からです。わお、これは録音されていないので大丈夫です。私たちは6分を埋めるための少しの時間を持ってきたと思います。もっと最初のものを発しましょう。これはあなたのノートのビデオだと思います。非常にオリジナルなノートです。はい、絶対に。
Yeah, you have to find them in the world, and you have to go and catch them. It's totally original concept, and you can set them free, and they give you this kind of little food gift that you can feed to the other ones to make them more powerful, and that sort of thing. But in Preludes 9 right now, there's not a lot of build crafting, and that's a big part of Preludes 10. Customize your weapons and do a lot of that sort of stuff. So I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah.
I think as well, you have someone called the King. The King is coming to the game.
Right. We're going to be putting in the first kind of breadcrumb for a new enemy faction, the Mendicant King. Oh, this is the moat clip again.
This is the moat video, my friends.
This is the
If
moat
we
clip.
could get the
Yeah, sorry,
next
we
video.
had assets come very hot to roof.
Oh, that one's called Blunder. How
What a blunder. Maybe. There it is, the low bit rate dev capture. Yes, thank you. What are we looking at here? This is the King.
Yeah, so this is placeholder with some existing enemies, but also the Mendicant King, which is sort of the, since we're being so original, sort of like the Nazgul of Soulframe.
Yep.
And he summons his knights. They're right now using placeholder enemies. Yeah, this is a big part of the development of Preludes. We don't have a lot of enemy diversity, so we're pretty excited to get in this kind of beginning of this new faction. Yeah.
Wait, why is he called the Tired King? What's he been doing?
I don't know. I think Sydney might have snuck that in while we were.
Sydney, why is he tired? Chat wants to know. They said, what makes him so tired?
I think he's all like, yeah.
Been resting in the earth for a while.
Excellent. No grandpa inspiration?
No grandpa.
Oh, okay. No. So is that your self-insert?
Maybe. Okay. Should be. Tired Steve, yeah.
In P10 as well, and you kind of talked about this in the not choppy DevStream outside, you have kind of a event that we're now calling the Festival of the Circad.
Yes. So, yeah, we have done one event so far in our Soulframe Preludes, which was very simple kind of Halloween-y type thing, and this one's more complicated because I can only steal from things I've just been playing, so it has like a blueprint style inspired.
Not actually already.
What's that?
Blueprints already.
Yeah, so there's a bit of a puzzle to this. It's a new location, this crypt of the Circade that we're adding to the overworld of Soulframe for Preludes 10. And you go into the crypt and you have to find his spirit and figure out how, not only it's a puzzle for you, how to defeat him and learn his story, but also there is a kind of a larger puzzle for our community of Preludes players to figure out how to solve.
Are we moving on to your asset next?
The best asset.
I think this is the one that Megan made. Yeah.
The best. I didn't make this. I just approved it.
Oh, this is the nipple asset. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Why?
Yes. You wanted the chest hair, and we provided you the chest hair.
That's the
Have to
reward.
redo our
That wasn't Megan's fault. This is Jeff's fault.
That's right.
He was like, give them the nipples.
It's the event reward. It's the chest hair attachment.
You said more chest hair. Sam made this, and you said that's a little too much, and I said no.
Yeah, you said no. We're keeping it. Yeah.
It's just right, my friends. So what are we supposed to be looking at in this picture?
The totem.
Yes.
Oh, the totem!
The necklace. Yes.
This is one of the rewards you get for playing in the festival.
Yeah. And there is a bit of a progression component to it, so there could be maybe a further evolved version of that totem.
Yep. And it goes well with nipples.
It really does. It really does.
If you want to accessorize your
It
nipples,
really
you can.
does. It really does.
Can you actually?
Not yet.
Not
but
yet.
Okay.
We should add to the list, though. Yeah.
If you want it enough, they'll do nipple tassels. And
I mean, they sort of have that.
I mean, we have it in
People are raising
Warframe.
their
I know,
hand,
we
so
we have the technology.
I guess that's what we know. For the next
That's right.
update, we're going to put that in too.
That's right. So P10 coming in a few weeks this month.
It'll be May.
This
It'll be May
month.
for sure.
Excellent. Let's go back to TennoCon just for a little bit here. What are you guys cooking up for TennoCon? Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, we were here last year and we kind of gave a tease about. You're very excited about this. We gave a tease about our bear omen beast, Bromius, and then last year's TennoCon we gave a little bit. So that's also going to be leaning into that quest that
We brought a little teaser trailer to kind of give you a little bit more look at some stuff that's already in Soulframe, P10 stuff, and Bromius. Let's watch.
I hope you like it.
Roll tape.
オメン、ビースト、ブロミウス、そして昨年のテンコンではそれに関する少しのヒントをお伝えしましたので、私たちはそのクエストにさらに深く入り込み、オメン、ビースト、ブロミウスと彼を救うためのクエストの素晴らしい展示を行う予定です。すでにソウル、フレーム、B10の中にあるいくつかのものをもっと見るためのティーザー予告編を用意しましたので、少しだけご覧ください。楽しんでいただけることを願っています。それではテープを流しましょう。
Know who were the bad uns before even Ode? Us. That's who. Oh, they'd round us up. Or drown us down.
それはあなたの中にあるあなたのものです。
Witches. And they were right. Aha. Her blue blood is as old as Alkan stone. As omen beasts, as voicing trees. Each of these with magics no dullard human ever sees. The spell song made us forget all others. But Minnow, learn the river's verses, for only the souls now remember.
So yeah, watch TennoCon or come to TennoCon. We'd love to see you there, and yeah, we'll be showing lots of cool new stuff.
And you can sign up. Like, can
oh
people
yes,
play?
I'm supposed to say that.
Thank you, Rev. Thank you.
For the, yeah.
Yes, if you
get a set of free steak knives and.
Yeah, if you're not already, you can sign up to be an envoy at soulframe.com. We are going to be doing, after the stream, a big send of Soulframe Preludes Keys invites. So if you do become an envoy, you have a chance to get sent an access code to Prelude. So if you're interested, come on in. Love to have you in the pre-alpha, and soon to be my favorite guy, Bromius.
We're calling him Bob, Bear Omen Beast. So
oh, I like that. Bob.
Sydney, write that down. That's a great name. Bob. All right. Shall we get into some Warframe?
Yeah.
All right. We've been teasing a little bit of the next Prime Warframe over the past week and a bit.
And we didn't spoil it?
No.
Everyone knows.
Unless you're
which Chad is just talking about.
I know.
Chad, what do we think, Chad? Oh, they know. Shoot.
Some people at Tenno VIP might have seen a screenshot or two, but we are very excited to show the next Prime Warframe. Take a look.
So there will be a video narrated by Ballas dropping with her launch later in May.
That's right.
The video is hype. The team is killing it right now, so it's definitely keep an eye out for that trailer.
Yeah, one of the very unique, I mean, I'm biased, but I'm obsessed with that. So Ureli Prime is our next Prime. And you can see here she's coming with the Compressor Prime, if you are a bubble gun lovers out there. And then she will come with a beautiful Syndana. This is the Marilina Prime Syndana. Some accessories. She'll also be coming with an ephemera and a Marilina Prime domestic drone.
Of course, very good.
Of course, one would need a drone. And then as well, of course, Marilina will be primed herself. And not featured here, but coming, the Daiku Prime.
So who's been waiting? Yes, I knew it. Yes. For so long, us Daiku enjoyers have suffered without a Prime, and it is only appropriate that we have finally released it in its Prime form for Ureli. This is a very big day.
Very big day for Ureli enjoyers. Should we take a look at her in-game, maybe?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's go.
So this is the dev build right now. If anything goes wrong, it just happens. This is a live audience dev stream. You can never be too careful, but here it is. The Daiku Prime. There's Ureli Prime in-game. You got this, Meg.
This is her in her base default, nothing fancy. Mike Skyers absolutely cooked this one to perfection. Well done, al dente, whatever you want. She's beautiful. And then this is her with her accompanying Syndana.
Wow.
And she has her ephemera on, which is why I'm all bubbly.
Got it.
That's why I'm all bubbly. Show you some random colors.
Yes.
Should we see?
Oh my God. All right, let's see what chat says.
No.
Ooh.
Chat says, beautiful, oh my God. Yo. Oh my God, Sea Dragon?
It is giving Sea Dragon a little bit. What's that?
Oh, that random one, I thought you put that in there.
No, do you want to see mine though?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm maturing, Jeff.
You
I'm
are.
maturing.
You are.
We're growing together. This is us growing. I got the Mike Skyers thumbs up from this too. I flex that every time I can. Anyways, May 21st, Ureli Prime is coming to all platforms. Oh, that is very soon. We have work to do when we get home. Also coming in this May 21st update, this is the interim cert build that we've been talking about. We talked about it on the last dev stream. That is coming with all the quality of life stuff that we talked about last stream. So Ureli Prime is coming in that May 21st dev stream, or update, as well as Calervo Apostate skin, which we've kind of been showing progress along the way. Sexy art. Thank you, team, for this one. Nothing but
no
good
chest
art.
hair though. Interesting.
No chest
Interesting.
hair.
Are you? Is the Soulframe branch of the engine the one that only has the hair shader for the chest?
Very much so, yes.
Interesting.
It's exclusive.
So he will be coming as well in the May 21st update, so you can look forward to Ureli Prime, Calervo Deluxe, everything he has to offer, and all of that quality of life that we talked about next step stream. But there is an update that is coming after the May 21st interim cert build, before TennoCon.
There is a major update coming here between these two things, and that is mostly what we're here to talk to you about today. This is an update we've been working on behind the scenes for months. We haven't slipped a word about it, and the reason we planned such a big PAX panel in DevStream is so that we could...
Spider Frame.
No? For the record, he had no idea. So what do you want to do, Meg?
Oh, we're going to roll a little bit of a teaser trailer.
So what you're about to see is the first ever footage of Warframe's next major update, which is what we have been working on behind. And then we'll talk about it a lot.
Let's take a look.
記録のために彼は何も知らなかったので、私たちが何をしたいのか、何を知りたいのか、ちょっとした実際の確認を流す予定です。これからご覧いただくのは、ウォーフレームの次の大規模アップデートの発明映像です。私たちがどうやって取り組んできたので、その後にたくさんお話しします。さあ、見てみましょう。リアドさんバードさん第1だ。空耳かと思ってマジでやばい。兄西さんの歯。
My true love is back.
So welcome to the era of Isleweaver. This is our next major update launching in June. And this is an update that is going to be accessible if you finish the 1999 quest. Here's the key art. Why don't we just take a look at that? Why don't we just take a look? I just want to see what chat... Oh, okay, chat's happy.
She's alive? Question mark?
I don't know. Kat, what do we think's happening with her, with your girl?
I don't know. Is it her or isn't it her?
Ooh, this is the type of question you'll have answers to with Isleweaver. Again, it's going to be the update that comes after 1999, so you have to get there. Who here has at least started or finished 1999?
Nice. Okay.
That's good. That's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome. But yes, so what is there to say about Isleweaver? This is an update that Megan is actually going to show you some gameplay of, so we can talk a little bit through it. But it really is going to bring you a brand new Warframe. It's going to bring, well, we might as well just play.
Oh, geez, hello.
So once you have finished 1999, you will be greeted to an invasive Duviri mission. And it's going to be launching with an Operation 8 Claw. This is a clan operation. You'll be getting a ton of rewards. But this is Duviri with a twist. It's a brand new story for the Duviri spiral. And, you know, Duviri, it was something we cooked, something we love dearly. But for the first time ever, this is Duviri that is exclusively Warframe playable. So there's twists to it, which means you'll be in here, you'll pick your Warframe, and someone else is there in the cave. Things are happening. Oh.
新しいデュエリスパイラルのストーリーがあり、デュエリは私たちが愛してやまないものを作り上げたもので、初めてこのデュエリが農業の運用でプレイ可能になります。つまり、ここにいるあなたは自分のウォーフレームを選び、誰かが洞窟の中にいて、様々な引き方をするということです。兄に資産を出されてる？笑い。ビアドさんバードさん3大9分から頭が追いつかない。
So because of things in 1999, you are now called upon Duviri in a way that Thrax needs your help. You're going to have to work together. Oh, that's a perfect choice.
How did he get there?
Oh,
hey.
Oh my God, he looks so good.
He's naked. Sorry, go ahead.
All right. So let's take a look at what's happening here.
Oh, kiddo. How long have you been hiding out here, thinking I couldn't see you?
So you are your Warframe in this particular spiral of Duviri. So the Drifter is elsewhere, and you are here as your Warframe, and it's full Warframe combat. And you had to bring Nessie back as a villain. We knew she wasn't gone, but tell us a little bit about Nessie.
Well, first of all, shout out to the rest of the amazing narrative team, Adrian and Ryan, and our new junior narrative team member Jessica for helping with all of this, and Adrian who championed this update. And bringing Nessie back was just such a joy, especially in this update, because it's so much fun to play with a character in a new way and adapting her in this situation. And the Drifter took Holvania away from her. So now she's taking Duviri away from the Drifter. Unless, question mark? Unless.
But what if there was,
sleeping. Eepy.
That's right.
Eepy.
It's just a sleep spell. So here we have Isleweaver. This is a version of Duviri. If you've been into the lore, there's going to be lots to discover. There's a whole bunch of fragments, perhaps, or not.
Yeah. So you get to sort of maybe put together some pieces of whether or not the Nessie that you're hearing is really Nessie, or how much of it is her, how much of it is the indifference, and maybe start to piece together some of those puzzles. Maybe hear a little bit from what might be left of her. And yeah, I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, no, we can't.
Yeah,
we couldn't possibly.
Literally can't.
No.
And maybe you might hear a little bit of
oh, don't look at that.
Some unexpected things.
Yeah, dev build.
Dev build.
All right. Dev build. Yeah, so all things considered, this is just the first introduction to Isleweaver for everybody. This update is going, I mean, she was such a wonderful character and the world, and it's very important if you have Nessie coming back that you got to kind of give her a fair counterpart, you know, and the spider frame. Might not be real.
Oh, wait, it is real.
Oh!
Yes, at last. At last!
All right, this is Oraxia, and I did some digging with the team, and Oraxia's first concept art was from January 2023, so this has been in the works. Yeah, so we have known about Spider Frame for far too long.
Steve didn't.
I actually didn't.
Yeah, but we knew.
So every time he said it on a dev short, we went,
Yep.
Stop
So you need a new bit now, though.
I know. Well, chat needs a new bit. We'll figure out
What will
something.
they do next?
So let's take a look at
Maybe
what.
nipples in Warframe or something. We'll figure it out.
Oh my
We're gonna
God.
workshop it.
So Araxia is coming. She is the Warframe releasing with Isleweaver. Her lore and the reason she's there is all yours to discover. You can earn her in the new game mode, and there's going to be an event. So
That's right. And we have a little video to show you a little bit of what her animation movement is like in the game. This is also a new arena within the Isleweaver update that you will be facing off against a mini-boss version of her.
that's right. She is a boss fight for you to earn all the parts. She will be yours to see. We'll see if you can handle it. Legally distinct webbing. Uh-oh.
That's nasty. Jeff, what's that like to animate? Tell me about it.
There was some like legit problem solving going on, especially because I think you teased it right here.
Yep.
This is pretty in depth.
Yes,
I don't know
it
how much
is.
you want to talk about it, but it took a lot of like problem solving and figuring out the rigs and the animations about how to get full mobility.
If everything goes to plan, which it might not, you will be able to crawl on walls in one of her moves like a spider. So.
Yeah.
I heard a what?
Everyone cross your fingers. Anything could happen.
Anything could happen. She'll also be coming with an alternate helmet. In that video, she had her secondary throwing weapons. She's going to come with a whip. And you see here, she's got some armor sets as well to really show off the spider-esque version of her.
There was someone on the, I think it was on maybe the subreddit, said like, we don't really have any Tenno whips, but we knew this was coming. So there is a Tenno whip coming. So very exciting.
Spider Tenno whip, especially. All right. Next up, we have also coming in the Isleweaver update. We've kind of shown you a little bit of progress for Citrine Deluxe. So we're having some back-to-back deluxes. We just want to show you a little bit of a in-game update as to what she's looking like. So here we have her. The wonderful folks over at Sumo really cooked with this, and she's coming with a heavy scythe skin as well to match this beautiful aesthetic that she has. And then newly added is a Signa.
Oh my God.
We see here. I'll move it around
また
for
アイスウィ
you.
ーバーアップデートが登場し、一人デラックスの新着を少しお見せしました。デラックスが続々と登場しています。彼女がどのように見えるか、ゲーム内の更新を少しお見せしたいと思います。
Clip or no clip,
こちらが
that's
彼
up
女
to
で
you.
す。スモの素晴らしいスタッ
And
フ
she
の
has
皆
an
さん、
ephemera
本
as
当に素晴
well.
らしいものを作ってくれました。
Sparkly.
彼女には
Bubbles or sparkles? It's a tough choice.
You shall decide.
Sparkles for this. The skirt is amazing. The transparency on it.
竹ポンさんをしと
Want
いう
me to
か
zoom in, Jeff?
There's no hair to see, so why zoom in?
So she'll be coming in the Isleweaver update as well. So we get Clairville Deluxe with your early Prime, and then Citrine Deluxe with Isleweaver.
The operation, of course.
And the operation, of course, as you mentioned, will be time-limited operation. The node itself will stay permanently forever.
So once you finish 1999, if you go to your Deviri star chart, there will be the Isleweaver node. But when we launch this in June, there will be a limited time Operation 8 Claw. This is a way for you to earn some incredible new cosmetics, as well as pathos clamps. So if you are sick of farming the Oro worm for your clamps, you can get them through. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so you'll be able to get pathos clamps. You'll be able to get. There's a brand new weapon coming that I don't think we're going to show today.
No,
Okay, so secrets. And yeah, there's a lot. So this is very similar to, if you can imagine how the Jade Shadows event store had the evolving cosmetics and weapons, this will be very similar. Lots and lots of good stuff to get. And you can get clan trophies as well.
And this is releasing after TennoCon.
No, would you believe that it's coming?
It's coming in June.
In June. Would you believe it?
That's possible.
It's gonna happen.
We're gonna make it happen. In Isleweaver as well, as we do. Oh, sorry, I forgot about Thrax.
Oh yeah, he's your event vendor. Oh.
He'll be in your dorm zone, so if you have decorations back there, you might want to make a little space for him.
Yeah.
I want to make a little space. So you got your dorm zone decorators go wild back there. We have some new player experience changes, of course, coming to Isleweaver itself. We have what we're calling our golden path, our critical golden path, kind of getting players quicker, easier to 1999. Kat, I know you worked a lot kind of on the process of this, if you want to talk a little bit.
Yeah, so one of the things we did was sort of lay out what every new player has to do from account creation to 1999, and just tried to streamline that as much as possible to just sort of remove as many sort of trip hazards, and making sure that all of the content there sort of made sense, and just to sort of just make that as friendly as possible. Especially now that we have so much more content at the end of the game, and not removing any content, but just making sure that it all just sort of now makes sense now that we have so much cool stuff. And this is something that's going to continue to go on as even more updates continue to roll out.
Amazing.
I love when we do our polls for you all. You're advocating for new players, which is really amazing. A great community is always advocating for more people to come into it rather than excluding them. And that really impressed me with the poll that we did. It was 69,420 people, I think, who answered the poll and said they wanted, you know, like new player experience and mods and all those sorts of things. And that's really been great for us to hear. And that's what Kat and the teams are working on. It's been amazing.
Yeah. Included in that, and we showed a little bit of it a couple of dev streams ago, Vor is getting a rework. His first original boss fight is getting completely refreshed, the whole tile set itself, and you'll see a lot about that in Isleweaver. So if you are a new Tenno, you'll get a whole new Vor fight, and if you are a existing Tenno, you can also play it and maybe have a little bit more fun with it. Yeah, maybe there's a secret in there. As well, doing a bit of an enemy refresh, so the bailiffs are becoming a little bit of a mini-boss earlier on. The ballistas are getting a little bit of a sniper rework, and the eviscerator is getting some aerial grenades. So just trying to spice up the enemy variants that you get at the kind of the beginning of the game. As well, the junction rework continued. I think every update we do a little bit of a junction touch. This one's actually a much bigger one because we're kind of changing all of the tasks for it and the rewards for it. The patch notes will obviously have a very comprehensive write-up of this. We actually have a dev workshop going live very soon. I know Taylor wrote it, and she's going to make it go live at some point during this that has all this information. Rhino cost rework, just looking at what it takes to craft him, and the Railjack difficulty in the new war.
Yeah, it turns out if you have never played Railjack and start the new war, you get destroyed. So took us 4 years to realize it, but it's fine.
And so what this is us looking at when you load into the new war with your Railjack, it could be good, it could be bad. And this is just looking at how can we make your Railjack kind of pimp out your ride a little bit more in terms of that situation, difficulty of enemies perhaps. We're looking at it, seeing what is going to fly and what's going to fit. Plant pickups, instead of scanning plants anymore, you just get to pick them up.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
No, don't clap. I liked the scanning.
Hell yeah.
I liked the scanning. I thought it felt like a cool thing. You can clap, it's fine. I'll take the L. I thought it was neat.
I met some very passionate Railjack players at Tenno VIP.
I
have some notes to give you.
Yeah, I knew it.
I got some ideas.
Right. Chad, you can, yeah, okay.
As well, arbitrations unlock from junctions instead, just to get players into arbitrations a little bit quicker. And of course, quality of life coming in this update. More Kim proto-frame conversations, Kat.
Yep, so the original 6, so the datable ones, are going to get 10 new conversations each that are at the end of their journey with you. So 3 longer form ones and like 7 sort of shortery ones. Those will be coming in the June update. So.
Arthur will notice me again. This is so exciting.
We also have some changes coming to the Incarnon shop. So Kalervo, this is, right now we have a kind of set amount of Incarnons that you can buy from Kalervo, and this is going to change it up so that whatever that week's circuit rotation is, you will have it in Kalervo's store. I was talking to someone last night about Incarnons, and they were like, I'm still trying to grind out
Caballero.
What did I say?
Kalervo.
Oh, God.
I was like, wait a minute, we're adding a vendor.
Caballero.
Whose fault is that, narrative team?
I didn't work here yet.
Damn it.
It's not Kat's fault.
Not it.
Damn it.
Oops. We're also looking at the classic Incarnon path well, see if we can get any pain points alleviated there. We have some Dojo quality of life, Captura quality of life. We're doing a quick access wheel for Captura, which is going to be super quick and easy to just...
Chest selfie.
That's right.
Chest
Nipples out, yeah, all that stuff. Really good. We have some new operator hair coming with the Flare, Minerva, Velimir, and Kaya hair. So if you want to adorn your operator with that hair, you can do that. 4 Warframe augments are coming. Cooler Vo. Caliban, which you might have seen on the last dev stream, we did it live. Shout out to Cristiano. Citrine and Jade are going to be getting an augment.
Is Jade's called twins?
No.
Oh.
Aw, boo.
What's the problem?
And as well, we have some melee slam changes coming, but...
Oh, a cheer! We'll see about that one.
Yeah, they're happy. But you don't want to hear us yap about it, because we're missing a very crew person to this couch, and that's Mr. Pablo. Pablo, take it away.
Live from satellite.
Hello, hello. I'm here to talk to you about melee slams. Ooh, not the funnest of conversations, but here we go. For the longest time, I don't know, 10 years or so, they were pretty useless because they didn't scale with mods at all. So that meant that when you did damage, they would do like 200 damage or something like that, and you know, who cares? Then a couple years ago, we changed them, so now mods affect the slam damage. And that resulted in really, really big damage because you can combine a bunch of multipliers to get really big nukes. Now, the problem with that is this is essentially what we hoped you would do. You know, jump, bullet jump, slam down. That's kind of what we were hoping for. But what you did was more like this. Where you barely jump, and you just slam the ground and basically spam it like crazy. And that has become a serious problem. The main reason it's a problem is because it's very easy to automate. A lot of people are starting to use this with macros and things like that. And basically, it's not too hard to get into a position where you're fairly safe and you can just leave this running and it can just kind of play the game for you. It's also very disruptive for other players because since the damage numbers that it does are so large and it has no energy cost, no nothing like that, it means that essentially you can just spam it forever. So we're going to change it. How we're going to change it is that essentially you can still do the little hop and slam, but the radius that it will hit will change based on how high you were. So it actually fits the fiction quite well. So if you jumped up, let's say 5 meters, we're still going to work in this number, so don't take these ones as the Bible, but let's say 5 meters, you jump down with the slam, then you will do about the same radius that you're doing today. But if you go all the 12 meters up, which is a bullet jump, and then do the slam from there, you'll do a radius that's slightly bigger than what it is today. Something like that. Again, the numbers are still to be decided. So if you just do the tiny little hop and the slam, you'll do a tiny little radius around you for that slam. So it will be somewhat similar to doing just a heavy attack in front of you, something like that. So yeah, that's how we're going to bring that one in, so that it's not as crazy as it is today and as spammable. The other problem that we got to solve is this one. We made a mistake with the way we made these mods, and essentially right now, the idea with the Nira set is that they give 100% damage to your slam attacks, and you have 2 mods that give 100% damage. So in this case, the base damage is 500, you put 1 more on, and it does 2,000. Well, that's not 100%. And over here you put 2 mods, and it does 4,500. Well, that's also not 200%. So what happened? Essentially, the mods are giving you 2 separate buffs. They're giving you a buff to the slam damage and a buff to melee damage, like the melee damage that you would get from other mods or whatever. They're giving you both of those instead of just giving you one. So obviously this wasn't intended, and we gotta fix it. It's not as strong as it looks here. The reason that these numbers look so big is because there's no other mods. But as soon as you start putting other mods that increase your melee damage, or some arcanes, or whatever it might be that increases your melee damage, the buff becomes smaller and smaller proportionally. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the melee damage part of these mods, and we're going to change the slam attack instead of 100% to 150% to compensate for the change. In some cases, this can actually end up being even a buff if you have a lot of base melee damage. So if you have something like Bex Armor or whatever, it actually can be beneficial change with this 150 because this lamp damage is a final multiplier versus the other one which gets combined with melee damage. So yeah, those are the changes. I hate making videos like this telling you about things we need to nerf, but unfortunately these ones have become too problematic due to automation and disturbing other players, and we just have to do it. Hope you're not too upset. Take care. I'll see you. Adios.
I think, well, chat here says it's a win. It makes sense.
I saw a lot of people in chat saying, caught.
Yeah, they were seen by that accusation.
A lot of seen, yes. So we have a lot of quality of life stuff coming. That is one of them. There's a note I have here.
Oh. Yeah, so Steve, sometimes you do dev shorts with me.
Okay.
And you commit to things.
I do?
Like buffing the ambassador.
Okay, yes. Yes, I did that.
And changing corrupted hollow key farming.
Of course.
Do you remember what you did?
Yes, I remember it well.
Yeah, so what did you do?
Well, I did some math.
Okay, so as a result, this is like the one time a year rare moment where Steve will say these things and promise him we'll do them. So if you do find the ambassadors a bit too weak, we are buffing it in Isleweaver, as well as we're making it so that corrupted hollow keys are a little easier to get, insofar as you'll be guaranteed 1 or 2, I forget the number, a number. You did it, actually. You should remember. If you do Railjack missions. So just a little more.
Can everyone say thanks, Steve?
Thanks, Steve.
No, it wasn't me. That's a win for chat because I'm a vessel.
You are a vessel.
I'm a vessel for them.
Speaking of chat, while that slam video was happening, I saw a comment that said, please DE Valkyrie.
Oh.
That could be good.
There's some light clapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you.
Well, we miss Pablo so much.
We gotta call him back.
To tell you about the Valkyrie
Summon him again.
Hello. I'm here to talk to you about Valkyrie rework, long awaited, long requested. I hope you're excited to take a look. So let's start with her passive. Her passive used to be, if you get knocked down, you recover faster from it, as a cat would do. It wasn't exactly a beloved passive, mostly because, you'd rather not get knocked down to begin with. But also, during her fourth, she's immune to knockback, so now in the lower right, you can see that indicator there for melee damage. That is like your rage meter. As you attack enemies, or as you kill enemies, or get finishers that gives you more, this bar builds up and gives you melee damage. So here we go over here. So you see as I start attacking, it starts building up the meter down there for your rage. It also does one more thing, but I'm not going to talk about it just yet. I'm going to save that for a little bit. So that is how that works. Then if I want to move around, I can use her wand. As you can see now, her wand actually moves significantly faster, and it actually kind of doesn't stop midway. It used to be that essentially it would just take you a little bit of the way and then just let you be. Now it actually moves along with you. And the other thing it does, if you cast it on an enemy, it actually gathers enemies down for you to be able to knock them down. So you can use it as not only as, it's like a more aggressive version, so instead of pulling the enemies to you, pulls you to the enemy, and then you can just start whacking on them. Warcry was already a pretty solid ability, but we did do some changes. Now you can cast it while you move, as you can see. Now you don't have to stop. You can now recast it, so you no longer have to wait for it to be over to be able to cast it. And it's now affinity range, so that means any allies that are within affinity range will now get it. Also, if they leave the range and then come back, they'll get the buff again. So before it was kind of a pain in the ass because you had to cast it at the very beginning of the mission. So now you have more flexibility with that. For your 3 paralysis, we did a few changes. It no longer requires you to use your shield. So as you can see, my shields are still there. And you can see now he has the vulnerability bar, but it disappears if I switch to my range. So that is only melee vulnerability. That means all your melee attacks do more damage to them, and that also applies for other allies. So if you cast this on enemies and then other allies use the melee on them, the enemies will take more damage. It also slows down enemies. That used to be on Warcry, but in Warcry it was kind of useless because it would only do it at the beginning, and generally Warcry you kind of try to maintain it. So now we move that into paralysis, and then you can basically start whacking them with it. And now the biggest one, hysteria. Don't panic. This first little bit is going to be scary, but it's going to be fine, I promise you. In hysteria, you no longer become fully invulnerable. You now can't take damage during it. So the reason for this is a lot of the mechanics that she had, such as extra armor from Warcry, being one of the Warframes with the most armor in the game, those kind of didn't matter when you were totally invulnerable. It also had this whole section where at the end of it, you could die if you hadn't done like a certain process that was very confusing for most players. So a lot of people would just end up like, once they were running out of energy, they would just hide in a closet and just wait it out, which was pretty bad. So we really didn't like how that was working, so we changed it, so now you are vulnerable during it. But you are pretty durable, and the claws will do significantly more damage. Also, actually, it's great. Here comes Storm into Sherman. Just lighting on this time is kind of broken, but don't mind it. So there's Stormix. You can see he wasn't long for this world. So let's start with what changed in terms of survivability. We increased the base health and armor of Valkyr just in general. We also made it so the buff from Warcry, which increases your armor by 50%, triples that bonus when you're in Hysteria, so you have way more armor. And lastly, the last part that I kind of talked about with her passive is that if you are above a threshold, and we're still experimenting with where that threshold is, when you take lethal damage, it actually consumes your rage and saves you so you don't die. So you basically have a get out of jail free card there. Since paralysis no longer consumes your shield, that means that you now have shield gate available at most times, so that also protects you. You're not at risk like you were before. So all of this combined, the fact that when you do damage with Hysteria, you heal, so take some damage, and then when I do damage, I immediately healed it up, right? So as long as you're attacking things, you're healing a lot, you have a bajillion armor, so you're in pretty good shape. On the damage side of things, we made a few changes, so now her range is a little longer with the claws, so she can reach further. The combos now all advanced. They used to have a lot of like starts and stops when you were on the animation, so we changed all of those to not be kind of moving forward all the time, so you don't feel like you're stalling as you go. And now we also added the multipliers on the combos. All of the ones except for her slide used to only have like 100% damage, no extra multipliers. Now they all have extra multipliers to make them basically do more damage. I'll show one right here. And also a lot of the attacks now have a guaranteed status chance for slash. So that really helps a lot. We also reduced the energy cost of Hysteria, so now it's easier to maintain. I kept yapping, so I didn't do a very good job at showing you how fast you can build her multiplier. So you can use your wand to kind of pull enemies like that. As you can see, the multiplier starts building up fairly fast if you can get it into groups. So that's it. That's a whole lot of changes. Hopefully you enjoy them. Try her out. She's quite a beast now. I really like how much she moves. She's very, very active. You're all over the place. You're always healing. You're always doing damage. Procs all over the place. Very fun. Take care. Bye-bye. Adios.
Oh, Pablo.
That was an emotional roller coaster, I think, for
that rage meter
enjoyers.
The rage lifesaver, inspired by a legally distinct tabletop game that Steve made, a barbarian. And I was like, oh, that yeah, anyway, so life inspires art. So
that's right. And we will have a dev workshop up in our forums literally right now. Sam, if you're here, put out that dev workshop if you want to read and see some more about Valkyr's rework. It's kind of the year of Valkyr, I like to say, and I'm biased. Not only is she getting a rework, she is getting our next heirloom skin. Oh my god.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my God. This is Valkyrie Heirloom. She will be coming July 21st, so essentially the first Monday after TennoCon. And this was, of course, a fan concept by Purdy. If you're familiar with community artist Purdy, they did this
so good. It's so
incredible concept. And we said, hello, we would like it, please.
I love that you did that.
Yeah, Purdy's incredible. They came up with this concept. We reached out to them, and then DE, of course, took it the rest of the way. But I would love to show you her in game.
And this is definitely the it's going to be great in game. And great, the character art team. A lot of folks got together to make sure that we could have all of the intricacies of the skin shown in all its glory in game. Ooh. You can come to Soulframe for chest hair, and you can come to, this is the most chest focused.
Okay,
you can't say anything.
I can't say anything. Can't dig me. Oh my God.
A lot of potential here, my friends. A lot of potential. Come on.
All right, chat. Let's check chat. Okay.
Is chat okay? Chat?
Are we okay, chat? Oh, people are still.
Oh, an avatar.
Oh, that looks incredible.
Oh, that looks cool.
Oh my God.
Jeff, you said you hadn't seen this in game yet. What are your thoughts?
I'm kind of blown away, honestly.
Right.
I'm even kind of like, the rope physics look amazing.
It's, the team did an incredible job.
Yeah, I know. Careful.
Oh, zoom in.
You
risky,
wanted that.
risky.
Megan.
Very risky zoom.
You called them out.
Oh my God.
I'm just doing what I'm told.
People are saying this is Warframe's worst power creep yet.
We do what we can.
Well, we had to afford our flights home somehow, so that's all right. The launch is July 21st.
July 21st. So Valkyrie rework with Isle Weaver in our June update, and then Valkyrie Heirloom July 21st, right after TennoCon happens. But in terms of heirlooms, we did reach out to another community artist to do what will be the heirloom that will come after Valkyrie in the beginning of 2026, but we did want to show you the concept here today. If we can go back to that asset, my friends, thank you. This is the Vauban heirloom concept.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This is by Lua Luminary, so shout out to Lua for this concept, and he's got the coolest jacket in town.
It is the best.
And you can
You love that jacket.
I love it.
And he's got a chest.
And he's got a chest.
Does he have hair? Does he have hair?
Vauban's a Frenchman. I don't know, do the French?
What are you saying?
Honestly, though, I even love like base Vauban. For me, is like such a good fashion like canvas, and I think this is just such a good motif. So
And you will be able to toggle the puffer jacket on and off. So the drip or the muscles. So this is I mean, and the heirloom system is something that we started. Obviously, it had a bit of like it was a well-intentioned start with Frost and Mag, and now we've made our way to like a totally community-focused deluxe. I guess it's more than deluxe heirloom skin program. So I think the past, well, I mean, it's a very important system to us because, of course, Rhino was done by Minky, and now the past Ember, Valkyrie now, and Vauban are all from the community themselves. So it's exciting to be.
that's really special. It's awesome.
Very exciting. We don't have time today to do a true full Q&A, but there is one person that was like begging to ask us a question. I don't. Can we? Oh, is that him right there?
Oh no!
Can we get a spotlight?
We need a light.
No!
Light that guy up.
No!
Sweeping light, missing, hitting.
No!
Sir? Sir?
Hi. Arthur James Nightingale here. I have a question for you. Obviously, I'm now last year's model. And I'm just asking why you're being really mean and adding proto-frames who are sexier than I am.
Rebecca, do you want to?
It's nothing personal. It's just the way things go. But maybe I don't know.
You're always my favorite.
Aww.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
I'll tell you what. If
you literally wrote me that way. I'm really lonely.
Listen, we'll give you some clown face paint, maybe.
A banana?
A banana or two. Yes? Aw, see, it's that simple.
That
Ladies.
would make me deeply, deeply happy.
Wow.
All right, no more hot proto.
No more hot proto frames.
We'll write you happier in the next update. How's that?
Aw.
Thank you. I love you all.
Oh my God, your shirt! No, your shirt. Oh dear.
Arthur Nipple Deluxe, maybe.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Come on, it would be great.
The shirtless update.
We have the technology.
We actually do now. I didn't know that.
Technology, yep.
Oh, I feel bad now.
Subsurface scattering.
All right. We actually only have 4 minutes left in this here dev stream.
Whoa.
This here dev stream.
Do we have more stuff to show, I hope.
I kind of wanted to go back to in-game. So sorry to my friends back in the house. One thing I didn't do was show Araxia in-game just super quickly in the arsenal.
Oh.
Ooh, question mark? What could it be?
Oh.
Here she is.
So Araxia, I think tech-wise, is one of the most difficult frames we've had to implement, like you were saying, with like the motion and the animations, and she's just turning out incredible. The spider theme has been close to us for a long, long time, and Nikita got this one out after many years of paper concept. So we're very, very, very excited that you get to play with her this June. She'll have her own boss fight. You'll be able to, well, as you can see, Megan is giving her the...
Just seeing what's up.
Yes, yes, yes. What do we think, Chad?
Yay,
Spider frame! I agree completely.
How
many
people actually expected a spider frame today? Just say yes.
That's not a lot.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
actually not a lot.
How many people are genuinely surprised? We did it. We did it. All of our schemes. Does she have a theme song? Yeah. Yeah, spider frame. Legally distinct.
Legally distinct theme song.
Yes.
So what do we have? We have...
Have we shown, we're not showing the actual movement yet?
That was what my little video was, but no.
Oh,
Because we're still working on the animations.
Did you get any of the idle animations hooked up?
Just the one where she whips out her secondary with the little...
with a totally unique situation. No.
We did. There was some animation notes that had to be given.
But is this the one with all the arcades running on the
You'll see it.
appendages?
Yeah, so this is good. Well, people will see it in June. Okay. Maybe we'll do some teasing between now and then.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's why it was crazy tech-wise, because all the extra limbs actually are animated, moving in contact with the world, and
whole new rig,
all crazy rig stuff that's made it difficult.
She's got spiders with
very interesting stuff.
Yeah.
So we have a lot. We'll recap because we're actually 1 minute left.
We yapped for a long time. So again, coming May 21st, Urali Prime with all of her Prime stuff. We have Palervo and his sexy stuff. Nightwave, Nora's Mix Volume 9 will be coming, and the Quality of Life that we listed in our last dev stream. And then as we mentioned, Isle Weaver in June.
Yes. This is a big one. We're very excited for it. We're happy that we were able to show it to all of our live audience dev stream attendees today, which is insane that people keep showing up. But we are so grateful to have you in our community, online, in person, to tell you about everything that's cooking for Soulframe and Warframe, and the team at home who have made all of this possible. The DE team. Let's give them a round of applause. They're all over the world. Yes.
Thank you. That's great. Yes. And thanks to all of you, of course. This is going to be our 10th TennoCon. We're maybe a Grandpa Steve, Grandpa Game almost in a way. We've been here for so long, and it's really thanks to you and your continued support and interest, advocating for your friends and people you play with to try the game and teaching them the weird aspects and getting them hooked as well. And we really owe it all to you that we can still come here all these years later. The last time I was here, I think I was scratching on the floor pretending I was a dog.
Yep. You jumped on the couch like a dog.
I did do the couch jump.
You jumped the couch.
And your chair didn't fart.
I'm very limber.
Do the fart. Do the chair fart.
You gotta wait.
No. We have 27 seconds left. Should we spend it doing that, or should we just
Chair fart.
Chair fart.
Yeah. But thank you all, and it was great to meet some of you last night. Obviously, we had a smaller venue, so we couldn't get everyone in, but had some lovely conversations with new players and long-term players, and it really means a lot to us. It's very inspiring. We take that energy you give us, and we try to give it back to you in really exciting new things like spider frames and
yes.
and side boob.
All right, it just hit 0 and they're flashing. We are so grateful to have a community. Kat, thank you for joining us for our first panel. Thank you, Megan, for organizing it. Everyone behind the scenes.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Community. We love you guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Love you guys. We love you.
そしてそれは私たちにとって非常に重要で非常に刺激的なことです。そのエネルギーを受け取ります。あなたが私たちに与えてくれるものを私たちはスパイダーフレームやサイトブースのような本当にワクワクする新しいものに変えそうとします。さて、ゼロになって点滅し始めました。私たちはコミュニティを持ってて本当に感謝しています。カット、最初のパネルに参加してくれてありがとう。メーガン、これを組織してくれてありがとう。裏方の皆さん、ありがとうございます。皆さん、愛しています。ありがとうございます。皆さん、愛しています。
アミニシさんスパイダーフレームネタここで投下してくるのはお見事だったな。ユウさん先輩が嘘のように楽しかった。わら。アミニシさんご視聴ありがとうございました。翻訳なんとか動いてくれてよかった。キノコタケノコチョコさんありがとうございました。ユウさん先輩。ピアドさんバードさん感動してます。嬉しい。カリウム01さんありがとうございました。アミニシさん第9プリメおめでとうございます。アミニシさんお疲れ様です。ありがとうございました。ピアドさんバードさんありがとうございました。M。ユウさんありがとうございました。おやすみ。アミニシさんおやすみなさいです。